Hey guys, been a little while since I've done one of these, so let me just turn my fan off here so that make sure you can hear me on the microphone, that I'm loud and clear. There we go. Anyways, so this is going to be a bit of a tutorial behind the scenes, help for any potential admins, etc., what we do at San Bernardino Yard. We're starting to find that the traffic, or at least the traffic levels, haven't been as high, so we're looking to just run essential trains. So basically that puts more strain on those who are required to tag cars. Right now only admins have that ability on the RTS site. Um, so we got a vehicle train, which is fine. Those can run if they're already on the line. That's no problem. One thing I want to point out, though, you can see that there is an arrival here of about two strings of cars. So they've all come with San Bernardino tags on. But when you look inside the yard, there's I see at least two good tracks that are empty. Now we can't just empty the cars. I have a tutorial on YouTube on how to actually simulate the emptying of cars, such as out in Florida. But for our cases, we probably won't need to do that today because we can just basically turn them around. So if there are loads coming in to San Bernardino and we have loads coming out, we can just retag them and send them out. The train that we have at hand, first of all, these have to come back in, so I'll post that in our report. But what you're looking for, a few things here. First of all, you're looking on the forum to see what exactly is happening. Now there's a report of a bare table train, which I believe is in one of the dark sidings, which is fine. That's from the last cycle. So there was a report 16 days ago that a train did arrive here. That was the last report. So I believe nothing has been done. So ideally, even more important than a hump yard, you want to have those cars, as I said, you want to have a switcher work those cars and bring them into um, the intermodal facility as quick as you can. It doesn't have to be the incoming train by all means. We have switchers that do that. But you want to get them into the yard because they're intermodal traffic. They need to get into the crane tracks as soon as possible. They are more crucial than the actual hump yard at Barstow. And right now our hump yard at Barstow, the receiving yard, is practically empty because it's been, basically really up to speed. Um, they're just waiting for traffic, more or less. So what we want to do now is we want to find out what we can tag. And this, again, once again, you have to have admin access, but this you can view too if you want to take a look at it. You're looking for the Google sheet called the Mojave sheet. The link's available on my website. Um, but anyways, you're going down. What this is we paste in the tags here, and then this gets all calculated and transferred around. For the most part, I'll be handling any cycle changes. But eventually, this may be something I'll teach as well, how to change the cycles and how to generate out of the RTS software. But for now, this isn't about the RTS software. This is about the maintenance of the site. Once you get down below here under totals after 1252, and this could change if we have more tags down the road, we actually have the actual tags. Tony's been initialing and tagging off. So you got the empties and the loads. Basically are being tagged off, myself as well as GM. The one that we're looking at right now is Chicago. So down here is the ones for Chicago. And you've got the new quantities and the current quantities. New quantities we're not too worried about because they come in automatically anyways. That's for the next cycle. The current cycle is the ones that we're dealing with are right here. So you look at Chicago. Chicago's calling for 125 cars. So when you look at the trains that are coming out, 125 cars, what sticks out here on the Cajon sub tab of the registry, if I can find it, here it is. Okay, I already highlighted. is Q SBD Shy 6, and that's at 505. We already have trains. That's a train that has to be dealt with as soon as possible. There's other ones. There's one that goes to Clo. Alt has a couple. There's a WSP down there, and there is another 3 other WSPs, but there's only one Chicago train. So QSBD Shy 6 is the only Chicago train. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that we have those number of cars available. So once again, we are looking for 125 cars. So let's see what we got. And it doesn't matter, anything that's in here can be cycled over. So you want to click on, first of all, see if we have 125 cars in the yard. So we click on one of those, we got 59. Now somebody emptied them, which is fine. Basically, we have to load them again anyways, so whether they're emptied or loaded, it doesn't really matter. We randomly load all these anyways, so there's 59 there in that one, and I gotta relinquish that. And 60 in that one, so that's 119 right now. Now keep in mind the car types that it's loading. The I is for the trailers. The one that goes to Chicago is only the double or single stacks. So we already got 119 of the 125, provided that there's no trailers in this mix. And it looks like they're all double stacked, so we're good here. Now this one over here has trailers in it, but we're good to go. We're going to have 125, no problem. So those are all, you can tell they're randomly loaded, which is fine. They came in, they can stay randomly loaded. You don't have to come in and unload them unless you're using it to keep track of what came in first out, first in, first out, or whatever. I'm not going to go through every one of these, but basically what you want to do is, because this is Chicago, we'll start with this track here first. You want to start here just as a normal tag and type in Chicago. You want to take this and then hit Control C. Now there's 2 ways of doing it. You can actually copy it from the sheet, or you can, basically type it in and then copy it and paste it from there. And then you want to start moving. Now first you want to go ahead and hit random. And see, then you let go and you can hit random again. And you can get Control V. Now it's a little faster walking now. They sped it up, which is okay, I guess, but you want to have a random weight for all of these. So Control V and hit random. And I'm not going to show you every one of these because I'm just wasting your time. It takes a little while to do, but as you can see, it's still going. I think it's a bug that it's doing that. Basically, you start movement and then you start clicking on trains, and that allows you to basically keep moving. I'm not moving. I'm not using the moving keys. I'm already in the process of moving. All I have to do is use the mouse. It's going on its own. You know what I'm saying? I can't describe it. You just start moving and then you click one of them and that will start the process. So I'm going to get through this string. Bear with me as much as you can. I know this part's a little boring. If you want to fast forward a little bit towards the end while I yap, be my guest. Actually, I'll probably pause this in a second here. How about I do that? I'll pause that and save you the boredom and get to the good parts. Okay, so I got 119 tagged. All we needed was 6 more to get our 125. I found these at the other end. So once again, you're moving into it and then you just click on it. Control V still works. So again, we're only doing 6 here. There's 3. I put it at this end of the yard so that they can work from this end if they want to build this up to them. Makes it easier. And there's your 6th one right underneath the crane, random. And it says 5 loads up top. actually load the first one. No, I didn't. That's another thing to confirm. So that's still empty. There, now it says 6 loads in Chicago. So what you want to do is just confirm that you have your loads set up. You're looking at the top for 59 loads, 0 empties. That's right. The tagging should be fine. You can double check that too. It's easier sometimes to tag this at night, I find, just because you see they show up better. Switching's easier in the day, I find, and tagging's easier at night, if that makes sense. But so you got your 125, so that's pretty straightforward. So what you want to do here, again, you're working with the quantity field. There's a quantity field, and then there's the next quantity field. Um, the next quantity field deals with what the current requests are for empties coming in for the next cycle. We don't have to worry about them, so we're not filling in the empties area. Like for example, we only had one reefer available for the Magadan train, so it's been highlighted red. And colors are important in this as well. The grays mean technically this could be a gray area as far as the empties go as far as intermodal, because really we usually have enough loads. If we ever get into the case where we're running short, then we can run a bare table train in from Phoenix. There's one available. Normally it gets canceled otherwise. So we're not dealing with the empties. We're dealing with the loads over here. So you just put in 125, your initials. Today's date is July 25th as I'm recording this. And the Chicago train has now been tagged.